Hey, welcome back to the channel. I had a request to show my double drops that I run for pushing minnows to catch crappie. And so hopefully this will answer that question. I run a Palomar knot on a 1 ounce bank sinker on the bottom. And then I run one of two sort of loop knots or similar to a loop knot style knot for my drops. I don't even know what they're called. So I begin with the Palomar with a 1 ounce bank sinker. You double the line, then do a overhand knot. Take the loop through or around the hook, or in this case, the bank sinker, and then as you pull tight, I didn't do it in this tutorial, but always wet your knots to make them as strong as possible, so there's not really any slipping. So that is the Palomar knot for the bank sinker, and I actually tie the sinker on first. I trust both of these knots for crappie, and so it's not really a matter of a stronger knot or a weaker knot, which I'm sure one is more strong than the other. The first one that I'm going to show you, I can tie very quickly. So if I'm in a hurry, if I break off or something like that, and I need to get it tied quickly, this is the knot that I go to. You will take the line and double it and create a loop or a circle around your fingers, and then you will take the line where you had doubled it and spin it through that loop that you created 4 to 5 times, and then just pull tight, and that creates that drop for me. You can adjust the size of the loop or of the drop by how big you make your initial loop. And so you can adjust this. I then put on a bead and then the hook. The bead is really to keep the lines from getting tangled up as much, the drops from getting tangled up as much. And so that's its purpose. And then the hook goes on and then gets baited up with a minnow. In putting on the hook, I use my teeth to close the line down as small as possible. I put the end of the loop through the eye of the hook, and then run that loop over the hook and then pull tight. And that is how I attach the hook to the knot, since I'm tying the knot without a hook on it. Okay, so that's the first option that I use. The second one, and again, I don't know what this is called, but you circle your line or loop your line, whatever you want to call it. And then you take this top part where you have two lines or two parts of your line, and you spin it around 8 to 10 times. And then you take the bottom of your circle and pull it through the middle. I use the tongue to hold it, and then pull tight, and that creates the drop. I don't know the name of that knot, but I've used it for crappie, and I've used it for catfish, and it has held for both of those. I have seen where people will then do that same thing again and pull this through the middle to give it a little more structure and a little more support. But those are the two knots I use. Then I do the same thing where I will take the bead, put it on, take the hook and put it on. So that is my setup for double drops, pushing minnows for crappie. Let me know in the comments if this helped you out, if you got more questions, if you have a better knot, or you need further instruction on either of these two knots. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped you in some way. If it did, give it a thumbs up. If you like content like this, if you like fishing, hunting, the outdoors, give this video a thumbs up, comment, and if you have not yet, subscribe to the channel. It's free for you and it helps me out greatly. So I would greatly appreciate that if you would do that for me.